Okay. Thank you, everybody, for returning so promptly. How's this? Are we okay on the mic? Okay, welcome back. I'm simply going to make an introduction to Wes Fisher, who's coming up. And maybe the easiest way to make this is to just mention that for the past several years, a colleague, Gene Owens, and I have been co-chairing the Washington area branch of IAIA. And I think Gene had the fortune or misfortune to be otherwise preoccupied about a year ago when Wes gave me a call, Wes being on the board of directors of IAIA, and saying, don't you think it would be good if we did a special symposium on climate change and impact assessment? And where might we do this? And of course, we talked about various places, and I suggested that, well, perhaps Washington could play a role in hosting such a, or organizing such a meeting. And that was, I believe, last December. But since then, Wes, who works with the Cadmus Group in Boston, in Cambridge, has been back and forth a number of times to Washington. And we've gotten to had the privilege of working together on this, and I very much appreciated his strong background in environmental assessment work, and particularly capacity building in Africa and Latin America, the places where I'm probably less familiar, and just getting to know IAIA a little bit better and all of the organizations that you all represent. So with that as introduction, Wes also, the other venue that we had talked about was possibly in Denmark, and I think Wes can explain how that came about and how we are all here together today with colleagues representing the meeting that was held just 3 weeks ago in Aalborg. Thank you.
So our connection with the two individuals that you will see in our video link with Aalborg, Denmark, were folks that I met in Aalborg at the point where we were just deciding on where we might have the second of these, well, actually it became the first of the environmental climate change and impact assessment symposia. And they were Aalborg University, and these two people, Lona Karnoff and Martin Lehmann, were very enthusiastic and interested in having Aalborg serve as the venue. And Aalborg is located up in northern Denmark. And so I traveled there in quite a few months prior to the actual symposium, where we worked out the arrangement between IAIA and the university. And so we were extremely fortunate to have these two highly professional people organize the Aalborg University Symposium. Both of them are in the Danish Center for Environmental Assessment. Lone is the director, and Martin is the deputy director. It's within the Department of Development and Planning at the university. We had a very fine venue and very fine hosting by the university and by Lona and Martin. And do we have our link? I guess we can go. How do we initiate here?